The elevation is pretty good on the dish. The azimuth isn't so good. There's a logarithmic error on it. In other words, it's not linear. It gives a logarithmic reading, and that's because of parameters in the computer. So 184 degrees isn't necessarily 184 degrees. But now here comes the dish down. Now, one of the ways that we set the receive signal is we point the dish at the sun, and we listen to the noise coming off of the sun. The sun radiates noise, and it actually radiates on this system about 23 dB of signal noise. The last time I tried it, we had moved the dish a little bit, and we were only getting 17 dB of noise. So now that's prompted having to get a new actuator to be able to find the focal point for the dish and peak the signal. Each antenna has its own sweet spot because they're not all the same distance away from the actuator. So sometime when the weather gets better, we haven't had any good weather and able to operate to get up there and work on the dish again. There's also a couple other people involved. Gene has been a big help in that, and there's another Gene K6 TV. Okay, so this part is the 1296 dish. Up here are the antenna inputs and outputs, and there's one for each tower. Have 12-volt power supplies. This is an attenuator, a very good attenuator, incidentally, and we can measure dB in and out from whatever band that we're operating on. These are 12-volt power supplies here, and as a matter of fact, where'd Jack go?
He's outside.
He's outside.
Well, he'll miss his.
He's looking at the tower at the house.
All right. Well, I'll just tell you the story that Jack said that this last Iowa State QSO party, I had a lousy signal. And I said, somebody told me that I had a lousy signal, that the audio was loud, but what I did is I changed the microphone, and because I thought RF was getting into the microphone, and nobody said anything about it at all. Until field day, when I saw Jack, and Jack said I had a lousy signal. And he said it sounded like you were, he said to me, it sounded like your power supply was varying. And I had it connected to one of these power supply positions, and even at that, I must have been drawing too much current, and so every time I would talk, the voltage would go down.
He also told you had chirp on your signal too, did he? Or was it somebody else?
It very well could have been. It very well could have been chirp too, also. So anyway, so now this is the rig that was affected. Now it's connected up to the switching power supply instead of the other. We try to fix problems as quickly as possible around here. Once we find them, or once somebody tells us about it. Jack, I was just telling you that after field day, or at field day, you were telling me that my signal was lousy, and it was because of the church. It was because of the power supply being unregulated. I don't know, maybe the connection between here and over here where I had it was too lossy or something for 12 volts. But anyway, so now I'm using a switching power supply. So you won't ever hear that happen again.
Well, you know, I'll let you know.
I'm sure you will. But the thing is that you and one other person were the only people that said anything about it. And of course, yours was after the contest was over. But the other guy said it sounds like you've got RF in your audio, and that's why I changed the microphone, and then nobody else complained about it. And actually, I did pretty good. I think this year I came in like 12th. Was that right, Tom?
Yeah. I'm not with the club. I don't know what the results were. Sorry.
Oh, I thought. No, that's
Yeah,
right.
and are we even going to have a
You didn't-
Iowa QSO party?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Atumwa Club does that.
Right.
Yeah, so check their website. Sorry. I don't know what the results were.
Right. Well, I did pretty good. I think I went up like 3 positions,
Cool.
which would have been about 25%. 25%.
I participated
Better.
in the one in 2009.
Even with the chirp, wait
but-
till next year when it'll be chirpless. I may even do better. Okay, amplifiers. 432 amplifier, 220 amplifier, 144 amplifier. That up there is the 6-meter amplifier, which is out for service. That's the 1296 amplifier, and this is the low band amplifier. Various high voltages, high voltage power.